Nice to meet you. My name's Amani. And to put it short and sweet, I've been wasting my life away. And if you feel the same, then this video is for you. I'm just sat here right now with a cup of tea. I'm just going to tell you about how I've been feeling and what I've been going through and what I continue to go through sometimes. I see these people, and I know you do too, who are always at a high, who are always going through these moments of abundance and happiness. And I want to be like that. And I do go through those moments too, don't get me wrong. But I can't lie, I get caught up sometimes in these downward depressive slumps. So I have a high moment here, then I drop down, and have a high moment and drop down. And what I've come to realize is everyone has these slumps. Everyone has these highs followed by the low periods. That's just the cycle of life. We go through cycles. But the one thing we need to control is how deep is that slump going to be? We want our baseline to be minimized rather than a deep depressive slump that we can't recover from properly. So, here's an activity I've done which has completely changed my energy, internalized my energy, and I feel like will really help you. Firstly, you may not think it, but you're exactly where you need to be right now. Where you are right now, no matter how down in the dumps you are, no matter how shit your life is, it's meant to be this way. The light can't shine without the dark. I know that's a generic saying, but it's true. How are you meant to see the stars if there's no blackness behind it? Do you know what I mean? So you're meant to have these periods of depression, of darkness, in order for your light to shine. All of these people you look up to, they've had the most grueling past, and that grueling past allows the light of their present and the future to shine. Without that, there would be no polarity. You wouldn't like them, you wouldn't look up to these people so much. Here's two people. One person who had a very depressing childhood and is now successful and a millionaire, or the second person who grew up on daddy's money and has always been a millionaire. Who do you look up to more? Obviously it's the first one, right? Because they've had that down depressive period. Now you're in a position where you could literally be this person. You can be a role model for yourself. You could be a beacon of hope for yourself, others, your family, your brothers, your siblings, etc. You can be that beacon of hope because of this period you've gone through, because of these depressive periods you go through. Sink this into your mind and your subconscious mind to start off with. It's never too late. I'm telling you that as a fact. It's never too late. You have literally unlimited opportunities to change, unlimited opportunities to start. Every time you breathe in and out, every single time you breathe is an opportunity to change, an opportunity to question yourself and to operate on a new mindset, to operate on a new frequency and a new vibration. This is going to be a weird example, but have you ever had a terrible day? Your day was going so shit, you were feeling terrible, you didn't have any motivation, and then out of nowhere you get a text from someone you wanted to call you, or wanted to text you, or someone you were interested in, and then your whole energy changes. You feel happy, you feel radiant, your frequency immediately shifts like that. Now imagine if you could do the same thing without anyone else, just by yourself. What I've come to realize within myself is the reason why we get these depressive slumps and we feel so down is due to complacency and because of the excess. This is why in a lot of Eastern traditions and religions across the world, they put emphasis on the concept of renunciation. Now, renunciation basically means subtraction, and the key to you being happy and the key to your evolution is subtraction. It's not addition. It's not adding new activities that make you feel good. It's subtracting the bad ones. That's what nobody ever tells you. It's subtraction. You don't need to buy some new fancy gadget. You don't need a new fancy phone. You don't need new people in your life. It's subtraction of the things that are subtracting from your energy. One of my favorite analogies I've ever came up with is imagine you're laying on a beach and you're basking in the light of the sun. And the sun represents source energy. It represents the abundance, the happiness, the love you felt, the unconditional love. And with nothing in the way, you can bask in the sun's abundance. You're just feeling it like this. But when you allow the dark clouds of external things into your life, they block the sun's light. And when those clouds block the sun's light, all you're seeing and feeling is that shade, that depression. Now these dark clouds can be social media, your phone. These dark clouds can be the people around you, your environment. Or they can even just be your own doubts and self-limitations. Now the worst thing we can do in these situations is addition. You never want to do addition when you're depressed. Some people resort to drugs like weed or alcohol. what does that do? That only deepens the depth of that darkness and you stay in it more. What you want to do is subtract all of these things out of your life one by one by one, and slowly rays of light start coming down on you and you start feeling that warmth again. So here's a no bullshit practical tip if you feel like you're wasting your life away. What you need to do is get up your notes app or your journal or a Notion document like I did. I just got up a blank page and I wrote down intervention because I need to sit down and have an intervention with myself. And I'll read out exactly what I wrote on this document. Life is very dazed and hazy lately. Feel like it has no structure and flows with the wind almost, which in some cases may be okay, but this provides a gust for your emotions to do the same. I can distinctly see my life going in one of two directions right now. And the activity you need to do is on this page, on this piece of paper, you need to write 2 future situations in the present tense. It's important that it's present because it will hit a lot deeper, trust me, and you will literally viscerally feel it in your body. Now, everyone tells you to write out your dream scenario. This is the key to manifestation, obviously, is to write down your goals in the present tense and feel it happening. Now, this is good, but when we're in a slump like this, we don't have a lot of motivation. And positive scenarios can motivate us a little bit, but you know what motivates us even more? The negative scenario. This is what the Stoics call negative visualization. And the Stoics had a habit. What they would do is they'd visualize negative situations. What would it be like if I didn't do it? What would it be like if I failed? What would it be like if I didn't do this gym session? And in a year's time, I had no muscles and I couldn't protect myself, couldn't protect my family. They would visualize these scenarios, these like very existential and very life and future threatening scenarios, because it hits a lot deeper. So firstly, you write out yourself in 1 year's time with the worst possible negative situation in detail in the present tense. Don't hold anything back. And just to be open with you, I'm going to read out what I wrote, just so you know how to do it and what it feels like. This, when I was writing it, it genuinely brought me to rage, sadness. I got emotional almost. Like it was deep, right? Let me read it out to you. I can distinctly see my life going one of 2 directions right now. Situation 1. I am a shadow of what could have been, a ghost of my own potential. I waste my life away on menial tasks, hoping one day things will all be different. I left university at 23 years old with nothing going for me, no business. I quit or procrastinated the opportunity away. I am broke as fuck, less than 2 grand left in my savings, and I constantly feel the anxiety and stress of not having money. I am not respected by myself, my friends, or my family. I still live in my parents' house, a grown-ass man, having no choice but to search for 9-to-5 jobs so I can get by, feeling the sigh of my parents' disappointment, worry, and pity down the back of my neck daily. I wake up late every day, filled with a dread of regret, scroll on my phone, and message women who I know deep down I don't like just to fill the void, having to settle for a woman for convenience and comfort, never truly content, whilst being undesirable to the beautiful woman I could have once had if I didn't give up. I am an afterthought of a man who could have done great impactful things with his life, who could have freed himself and his family, who could have spent the rest of his life in pure abundance, controlling his reality, who could have been respected by men, women, and his family, who could have been a beacon of hope to others, who wasted it all away out of the lack of discipline, laziness, and throwing precious time into the void he'll never get back. I am a side character in his own movie, forever living vicariously through the happiness in the lives of others. Did you feel that? I fucking felt that while I was writing it. And that's how it should feel. You should feel that in the pit of your stomach, in the pit of your soul, how that feels, how terrible that feels. Imagine that is you. You can visualize it, because everyone can go down one of 2 roads, the abundant one or the one filled with scarcity and sorrow. And it's all our choice. Every time I see a homeless man on the street, I always have this exact same thought. This could be me with a few wrong decisions. It could be you with a few wrong decisions. I truly believe writing something like that out and looking at it every single day is the biggest deterrent of wasting your life away. I physically can't bear with myself. I can't sit with myself to waste my life away after reading that. That could be me. And by writing in the present moment, you literally become that figure you're writing about. Because you could visualize, you can feel it. So after doing that, I will do anything and everything in my power so that doesn't become true. I'm going to stare at this situation every single day until it never ever has a possibility of existing. Because right now, whilst I've been in my depressive slump, that's the probability that's been enlarged and playing in my mind over and over. What I believe is every single moment we have probabilities of different futures appearing, like Doctor Strange in Endgame, I think, or Infinity War. There was different probabilities of scenarios, of future realities, of parallel futures appearing. And every moment we have that decision. Okay, if I do this task, if I go to the gym, my ideal, most abundant reality goes up by 10%. If I lay in bed today, that reality of me becoming a bum, still living at my parents' house in my mid-20s is more prevalent. Do you know what I mean? So it's that compounding of activities, that compounding of energy every single day that builds the mountain, that builds our success. Now listen to and feel the energy of this. Situation 2. I am my highest self personified in human form. Every breath I take is filled with abundance. I have acquired everything I have ever dreamed of. I was an incredibly successful business owner before I even left uni and graduated at 23 purely as a side quest. Whilst my peers are searching for their 9 to 5 jobs on minimum wage, I transitioned on running my multi-million pound empire and living life on my own terms. I choose my own hours, have fun every single day building businesses. It's almost like the more fun I have, the more money I make. I have the most amazing life filled with adventure and opportunity. I have retired both my parents. They never have to worry about money or work a day in their lives ever again. I am fulfilled knowing that my family is incredibly proud and grateful for breaking the generational cycle of scarcity. I am a beacon of hope for others to be great. That's only some of it, but you know how much more heightened that second scenario is now that you've written the worst possible scenario. Now what I want you to do is to read those 2 scenarios every single day, put them on your lock screen, put them on your Notion document where you're reading every day, just put them anywhere, on your room, on your wall, and just stare at it every day. When you feel that despair of the first scenario and the hope and abundance of the second scenario, that's all the motivation you need. You don't need anything else. So write that first situation you can see in your head of the worst possible scenario, and right after that write situation 2 of your most abundant scenario. There's a future version of you with everything you can ever dream of. All the cars, all the money, all the security, stability, the partner, the relationship. Everything you could ever want, they already have it. It already exists. They're waiting for you to subtract the bullshit and catch up to them. If you watched this far, thank you so much for watching. I just thought I needed to get this out there. Hopefully it will help one other person. And yeah, man, it's never too late. Break the cycle now. Break the ice now. Set the tone. Do that hard thing you've been delaying. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If you see people having a life you want, that is a testament that you can do it too. There is a reality out there in the future that has already done the things you want. You just need to break it down and then work on those steps from there. Subtract the bad shit from your life. Remove those dark clouds. And then let that sun, that abundance enter your life and fill you up with happiness. My tea's gone cold, but thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.